Gym memberships you never use. Ah yes, the treadmill subscription, the monthly donation to the fitness gods, the overpriced guilt bill. Gym memberships have become one of the most quietly wasteful expenses in modern personal finance, especially because they prey on future optimism rather than current reality. Here's what typically happens. You sign up in January because you're full of motivation and holiday regret. You go 3 times, maybe 4 if the weather's nice. Then life gets busy, enthusiasm fades, and suddenly, your membership card is just a $40 per month reminder of your broken dreams. Gyms survive because of this exact psychology. They rely on people signing up, barely showing up, and never canceling because it feels like admitting defeat. And many gyms make canceling intentionally inconvenient. You have to go in person, sign a paper, talk to a guy named Brad who tries to save the membership, and then hope they don't secretly keep charging you anyway. But here's the real kicker. Home workouts are now just as effective and wildly cheaper. There are entire YouTube channels with free routines, apps that cost less than one lunch, and simple equipment that pays for itself in weeks, not months. A gym membership is only worth it if you're consistently using it. Otherwise, it's just a monthly tax on your good intentions. Brand new phones, every single year. Remember when buying a new phone felt exciting? Like unboxing a magic device that actually changed your daily life? Yeah, those days are gone. Now, upgrading your phone every year is basically paying $900 for a camera upgrade and a new shade of beige. Smartphone innovation has slowed down dramatically. The difference between last year's model and this year's model is usually microscopic. Your apps still run the same. The battery life is marginally better. The screen is 2% brighter. Meanwhile, the price keeps inflating like someone at Apple is playing Monopoly with your bank account. And here's the sneaky part. Phone companies have learned to disguise upgrades as affordable monthly payments. $40 a month doesn't sound like much, until you calculate that it's $480 a year for a device that barely changes. Multiply that over a decade, and you've basically spent used car money on phones that do the exact same thing. The financially smart move? Keep your phone for 3-4 years. Replace the battery once. Get a good case. Suddenly, you free up hundreds, sometimes thousands, in long-term savings. Tech doesn't appreciate in value. It doesn't get better with time. And buying every new model isn't an investment. It's a hobby disguised as a necessity. Subscription stacking. We live in the era of subscription creep, where 5 tiny monthly payments magically transform into a $200 commitment you forgot you were making. You know how it goes. Netflix, Spotify, Disney+, some cloud storage you don't use, a workout app you open twice, and 3 free trials you forgot to cancel. Subscriptions feel harmless because they're small. $6 here, $12 there. But companies know exactly what they're doing. They build business models around the fact that people won't track tiny recurring charges. And before you know it, you're drowning in monthly fees for services you barely touch. Here's where it gets crazy. Many people are paying for streaming services they don't even watch. Or worse, they're paying for things they already get for free through their phone plan, bank account, or internet provider. And almost none of it is optimized. You're paying for premium tiers when basic plans work just fine. The solution? Once every quarter, take 15 minutes to check every subscription. Cancel aggressively. Consolidate ruthlessly. Use one service at a time instead of 10 simultaneously. High-end fashion essentials. Let's talk about luxury basics. The $150 t-shirt, the $280 hoodie, the $500 sneakers that look suspiciously identical to the $70 version you already own. The fashion industry has convinced people that elevated essentials are a wise purchase. But here's the truth. You're not paying for quality. You're paying for branding, scarcity tactics, and influencer worship. The actual manufacturing cost of many high-end essentials is shockingly low. A $250 sweatshirt might cost $8 to make. But slap a logo on it, limit the stock, and create some hype? Suddenly it's exclusive, and people justify the price using phrases like investment piece, which is hilarious because clothes don't appreciate in value. They depreciate faster than cars. Even worse, trends change constantly. Last year's must-haves look outdated by spring. So people end up donating or reselling expensive clothing for a fraction of the price, essentially lighting money on fire for temporary validation. Bottled water. I know. It seems small, it seems harmless, but bottled water remains one of the most profitable scams in modern consumer history. You're literally paying for something that is nearly free, and in many cases, tap water is actually cleaner. Here's how wild it is. Bottled water can cost 1,000 times more than tap water. You wouldn't pay $600 for a sandwich if a $1 version existed. But with water, people do it daily. The industry thrives on marketing fear: pure, glacial, premium, alkaline, natural springs. Some brands even imply medical benefits, which is just impressive level nonsense. Most bottled water is just filtered municipal water that you could filter yourself for pennies. And the worst part? It's a recurring purchase. Daily, weekly, monthly, it's death by 1,000 sips. If you buy bottled water regularly, you're probably spending $300, $1,000 a year on something your kitchen sink provides for free. Designer coffee drinks. At this point, buying a designer coffee drink isn't a treat, it's a financial cry for help. The $11 oat milk, caramel swirl, double pump, cold foam latte used to feel like luxury. Now it just feels like you've been held emotionally hostage by a barista who draws a leaf on your foam. And don't get me wrong, coffee is fine. But when the drink you order has more steps than your morning skincare routine, it's no longer a beverage, it's an identity crisis. You're not buying caffeine. You're buying the illusion of productivity. You're buying the feeling of, I'm doing something with my life, in the form of a sugar-loaded potion that evaporates in 15 minutes. And what do you get in return? A dopamine spike, an energy crash, and the sudden urge to question your entire existence at 3 p.m. Here's the brutal truth. The ritual is valuable. The drink is not. The habit is comforting. The price tag is not. If you like the vibe, make coffee at home and walk outside. Same energy, minus the financial self-harm. The future belongs to people who can make caffeine without taking out a microloan. Trendy fitness gear. Modern fitness culture has convinced people that they need a small warehouse of equipment to exercise. Resistance bands, weighted hula hoops, smart jump ropes, vibrating foam rollers. You'd think we're preparing for the Olympics, not trying to lose 5 pounds. And every year, there's some new revolutionary piece of equipment designed to solve a problem no one actually had. The industry knows one thing. People love the idea of being fit more than the actual work, so they sell you gadgets to make you feel like progress is happening. But here's the reality. You don't need 14 accessories to do a push-up. You don't need a $300 mat infused with energy-balancing minerals. You don't need leggings that cost as much as a utility bill. Consistency is free. Walking is free. Body weight training is free. And those 3 things have built more healthy bodies than every gimmicky product combined. What's not worth your money anymore is novelty fitness gear that ends up in your closet after 2 weeks, right next to your unused yoga block and that smart water bottle that was supposed to change your life. Wedding add-ons. Weddings used to be intimate celebrations. Now, they're themed productions with more extras than a Marvel movie. Cold sparklers, champagne walls, donut walls, flower tunnels, drone videography. At some point, people stopped getting married and started trying to win an award for Best Cinematic Universe. Florists aren't selling flowers anymore, they're selling emotional manipulation. Planners aren't planning anymore, they're upselling experiences. And photographers? They're out here offering content creation packages like your wedding is a brand collaboration. But let's be honest, half of those add-ons are appreciated by no one. Not the guests, not the couple, not your future kids when they look at the album 20 years from now and ask, why does your wedding look like a luxury sponsored event? Spend money on the marriage, not the performance. Spending on your honeymoon, your home, your savings, that pays off. Spending $7,000 on a flower arch that dies before the reception is over? That's not romantic. That's financially reckless cosplay. Retail loyalty cards. Retailers figured out the cheat code. Convince you that you're saving money by spending money. A loyalty card used to mean you earned points. Now it means you're paying $8.99 a month to get emails telling you to buy things you didn't want until 5 minutes ago. And they always frame it like a deal. Unlock exclusive discounts. Members get free shipping. Earn VIP points. Translation: you're paying a subscription fee to be marketed more aggressively. Loyalty cards aren't loyalty anymore. They're data harvesting machines. They track what you buy, how often you buy it, what color you prefer, and whether you tend to purchase it when you're tired. Then they use that information to target you with even more exclusive offers. Full-price phone cases and accessories. Phone accessories have officially entered scam territory. A case used to cost $10. Now it's $49.99 for a piece of plastic that provides military-grade protection, as if you're planning to deploy your phone into a war zone. And don't even get me started on screen protectors. The markup is so high it should be illegal. Stores know exactly what they're doing. You just spent $1,000 on a phone, so you're in a vulnerable emotional state. They hit you with the upsell when you're weak. Do you want to protect your investment? No, I want to stop hemorrhaging money. Here's the trick. Nearly every accessory in the store is the same as the ones online. Just triple the price. The same factories, the same materials, the same designs. You're paying for packaging and having it handed to you in a mall. Buy your accessories online or don't buy them at all. Full-price retail accessories are no longer worth your money. You're not paying for protection, you're paying for convenience, and convenience has gotten way too expensive.